Hi team. So in this video, I will explain you what is the content of this Git and GitHub. Okay. So in our Git and Git sessions, GitHub sessions, so what are the things we are going to discuss? I will explain just content. So later we will slowly discuss one by one. Okay. So I already prepared. So let me gather that information. Okay. So so this is the GitHub content. Okay. So 70% content will be at Git end, okay, and 30% from GitHub end, okay. So most of the stuff is in a Git end only. So Git also I will explain you. First we will finish this GitHub. So what are the things you need to do from GitHub end? So first you need to create one account, okay. So it's a very simple process, okay. So you can sign up your GitHub account, then you can log in, okay. It may take hardly uh, 5 to 10 minutes. Fine. So once you're done, you can log in into your GitHub account. You will see this home page of your GitHub account. So there you need to create one organization. Okay. Entire your source code is under your organization only. Okay. So in the high level, people are maintaining these organizations. Okay. Inside the organization, they are creating the repositories. Okay. So we will we will be discussing how to create this organization and what are the things you need to select. So those and all we will see in the next session. Okay. So once you're done, then you need to create the repository under this organization. Okay. So this is the actual place where your source code is sitting, isn't it? So there are two types of repositories, private repository and a public repository. So you might see this private repository in real-time projects. Okay, so whoever part of this organization, so those people only can able to access the repositories which are private. Okay, public means so everyone can see. Okay, so whoever having internet connection, they can see these public repositories. Okay, so you might see public as well. Okay, so based on uh, the project requirement. Okay, so in our classes we will be creating the public type of repositories. Okay, so once done, so in the real time definitely you might having the teams. Okay, DevOps team, application team, DB team. Okay, so whoever wants to access your repositories, so you can, we are the persons, DevOps engineers only create the teams and tag the people into the team, then provide the respective privileges. Okay, then PAT. So PAT nothing but it's a GitHub token. Okay, if you want to make the authentication, okay, so if you want to access your private repositories or your GitHub repositories, you should make the authentication. So instead of authentication in the sense username and password, okay, instead of the password, people are using this PAT, GitHub tokens. Okay, and if you are pushing a file from the Linux environments, then there is a concept SSH keys configuration. Okay, so it will make the passwordless authentication. Okay, then pull request or merge request, very major activity in the GitHub end. Okay, so the real time definitely you might be working on this pull requests. So nothing but you are going to combine the data from one branch to another branch. So before merging the data, so your superiors or your seniors will review your data and they will accept and they will merge it. Okay, and this already we discussed, right? Provide access to the new users. Okay, if anybody came into your team and he want to access not into your team, your project. Okay, so you are the persons to provide access, and there is another important topic which is a Git webhooks. Okay, so I will not cover in this session. So when we are discussing about Jenkins CI/CD tool, so at the time we will be discussing this Git webhooks, very, very, very important topic. Okay, so almost we covered in the GitHub end. So now we will see Git side. Okay, so for the Git side also I prepared the content. So let me take that. Okay, so most of the stuff from the Git end only. Okay, so it's very simple, guys. So first thing is you need to install the Git software into your local desktop. Okay, so one is Git software and another is the Visual Studio Code VSC. So in the real time projects, in the real time people are using the VSC Visual Studio Code. It's a very best tool to editing the files or writing the scripts. It having many extensions. Okay, based on the programming language, it will arrange all the standard syntaxes. Okay, so here in the Git end, there are many content. Okay, so there are many topics to need to be discussed. Okay, so first thing is you have to install the software, then you can create one directory. Inside the directory you can initialize your local repository. Okay, the first thing you need to do this one. Okay, the moment you create the local repository, okay, in the backend it will be forming like a working area, staging area, and a local repository area. Okay, then you can create the files and you can move the files from one area to another area. Okay, once done, then you have to make the connections. Connections means there are two types of connections. One is local laptop to GitHub account and local repository to GitHub repository, which is a remote repository. Okay, so in the GitHub end, we created two types of repositories, right? Private or public. So now we are making the connections between your local laptop to GitHub account and local repository to GitHub repository. Okay, so laptop to GitHub account is a one-time setup, so one-time connection, and this is the based on your requirement. Okay, if you want to map your repository, local repository to multiple remote repositories, you can. Okay, and once done, once everything is done, then you can push your file. So how to push? So what are the syntaxes and all we will discuss. Okay. After that, so there is a concept called git reset and revert. Okay. So something you made the mistake, or you want to make the changes undo. Okay. You want to revert back the changes. Then people are using the git reset or git revert. Okay. So there are three types of reset: soft reset, mixed reset, and hard reset. And we will see the difference between reset and revert also. Okay, once done, the branching strategies, very, very, very important topic in the Git. Okay, in the real time, definitely you should having this branching strategies. So why you need to, what is the branch, what is the purpose of maintaining the branches and all. So everything we will discuss. Okay, and then how to create the branch, how to check out from one branch to another branch, and what happening in the backend if you switching the first time. Okay, you are switching into new branch at the first time, what will be happening, and how to make the changes there, and how to, once you make the changes, once you make the new commits in the new branch, then how to combine your data, git merge and git rebase. Okay, with the help of git merge and git rebase, we are combining the data from one branch to another branch. Then what is the difference between merge and rebase? Okay, and there are some tricky words: git clone, git fetch, git pull. Okay, so these are the interview questions. Sometimes people will ask. Okay, so we will discuss all these things. Along with this, git stash with git ignore also we will see. Okay, so almost I covered in the git end. Okay, so this is the content of your git and GitHub. Okay, so in the next session we will start from this the first point, how to create account and how to create organization repository. Until here we will see. Okay, so slowly we will cover all these topics. Okay, okay guys, thanks for watching. So we will see in the next video.